Kingdom. We'll be stopping at Union Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the Primeval World.
Hello, friends, and welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. Please remain seated at all times. Keep your hands on the seat and legs inside the train. Please supervise all children, making sure they're seated away from the train opening, either fully on a lap or on a bench. Our next stop will be Royal Square.
Wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Ritter Country. If you'll be meeting us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting on.
We are now arriving at New Orleans Square Station, and we ask that you please remain fully seated until the train has come to a full and complete stop at the station. This will be your time for all Adventureland, Frontierland, Ritter Country, Star Sky, and of course, New Orleans Square attraction. Hello, friends, and welcome aboard the Excursion on the Disneyland Railroad. Please remain seated at all times. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Please supervise all children, making sure they're seated away from the train opening, either fully on a lap or on a bench. Our next stop will be Mickey's Toontown Depot, your gateway to all Fantasyland attractions.
For those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your head real hard and just not punching. It's where the critters are celebrating the exhibiting Blue Dog Day. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, past Outpost of His Parks, we're now joining up with the Rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his story with those in the Great River Valley below. People like you have been riding these trails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach.
We are now arriving to Mickey's Toontown Depot, and we ask that you please remain fully seated until the train has come to a full and complete stop. Although Mickey's Toontown is seated, just like the lecture, this will be your gateway to all Fantasyland attractions, including the Royal Bobsled, and our other favorite little train Disney Junior. Once again, please remain fully seated until the train has come to a complete stop. Hello friends and welcome aboard Excursion 3 on the Disneyland Railroad. Please be seated at all times. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Please supervise all children, making sure they are seated away from those train openings, either fully on a lap or on a bench. Our next stop will be the Land of the Future, Tomorrowland Station.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos
You can see people stepping onto its a small world just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain.
Once again, please make sure all children are fully seated on their pant pockets while the train is in motion. Thank you.
We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star steamers, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a March 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above the track since 1959.
Dit is wel weer normaal, maar ik ben niet bij de
Ja, wat is dat? Dat is van binnen. Get behind the wheel of this car. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
We are now arriving to Tomorrowland Station, and you have to remain fully seated until the train has come to a closing stop. This will be your stop for all Tomorrowland
We're now returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until it comes to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings.
We are now arriving to Main Street Station, fully seated until we come to a closing stop at the station. As a reminder, we will take
Nå er tilbake til der vi var her og spise, eller? Da skal vi kjøre oss rundt.
Ja, skal vi gå og spise litt? Har vi? Oh yeah. We're making good.
Welcome aboard at Disneyland
I
Railroad.
do want to go on Alice
You're
at some
embarking on
point.
a red circle tour of the Magic Kingdom.
Alice and Peter Pan are my
Golden
two
Square,
favorite.
Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world as the age of the dinosaurs
Yeah, we'll have to.
before returning to Main Street Station.
If it's an hour later, I'll do it.
Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might wander here. Just ahead of the Rolling Star Station. This station also
I'm sure sitting also kind of relax and get things to kick in a little bit more. Good to be able to walk.
Thank you.
Bibi Cocoa! Bibi Cocoa! Bibi Cocoa! Ayan na aga ay Bibi Cocoa!
stand by to board. Your attention, please. The Disneyland Limited now leaving for a complete trip around Walt Disney. Stand by to board. Now leaving for a complete trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom. Onto It's a Small World just below us, and off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We're now, if you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling in.
Alrighty folks, so it looks like we are done taking on fuel, so it looks like our train's now ready to depart. So we just ask that you please remain seated at all times, keeping those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Please supervise your children and seat those smaller passengers away from those train openings. Our next stop is Main Street Station. Before we get back to Main Street, we are going to be making a slight detour through the Grand Canyon and back in time to the primeval world. Feel free to take as many photos or videos as you like. We just kindly ask no flash photography or video lighting the tunnel up ahead. Thank you.
go get the owl? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we go get them.
She's too much. Like my great granddaughter. Yeah, Grade's already
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. Stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos.
We're now returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your
Hi folks, just a friendly reminder, while the train's in motion, everyone needs to remain seated. Thank you.
belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us.
We are now steaming our way back into Main Street Station, so please remain seated until the train makes a full and complete stop. Just a friendly reminder, Main Street is the only station that has stairs, no ramps. So if you're traveling with any strollers or wheelchairs, we just ask that you keep them folded to get to the bottom of the stairs. And for those continuing on board with us, could you kindly ask as with guests trying to depart the train to please slide all the way down, filling in all those available spaces. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station, New Orleans Square.
Alright folks, as we're pulling into the station, just remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. Thank you.
Might find it. It's where the critters are celebrating a zippity-doo-dah day. Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Rare on their fun-filled adventures.
While the train's in motion, we do need everyone to remain seated. This is for everyone's own safety. Thank you.
As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams, and the stories that went with them, were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
But for your safety, please remain seated with those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train car while the train is in motion. Parents, please supervise your children. Make sure they are fully seated on a bench, away from the train openings or on your lap. Our next stop is Tomorrowland Station.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We're now steaming forward into the future to a land.
The train is in motion. Parents, please supervise your children. Make sure they are fully seated on a bench, away from the train openings or on your lap. Our next stop is Main Street Station, but before we get there, we will be traveling through the Grand Canyon and back in time to the primeval world. You guys are more than welcome to take pictures and videos. We just ask that you please do not use flash photography or video lighting of any kind.
You take care.
Our next stop is Main Street Station.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world. To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey. For the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at Mickey's Toontown and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station.